G'day, hi, and welcome. All right. Sorry. Good evening, afternoon, sort of. Okay, so job update. Find me my next job update. Okay. Here's what's going on. All right. Today is Friday the 13th. Now, technically, I don't know if you should be looking for a job on Friday the 13th. There's probably some code against that or something. It's probably not very safe, but I did it anyway. And there's a possibility I'm waiting for the guy to call me back. I was talking to, I guess, his better half about some farm work, and it looks like I might be up to my knees in some goat poop and stuff like that, chickens and goat poop. So, okay, as long as I don't have to deal with pigs and cows, pigs are okay, but cows and horses. I don't like the big animals because I'm not good around them. I don't know how to handle the cows, no problem, but the horses can be really funny to be around. There's something about me and horses. I must have ticked off horses in a previous life because horses, they're evil people. They are. I don't know. I haven't had a lot of encounters with horses, but every time I do, and it's not like I have any thing that I do that upsets the horse, but it's just sometimes horses just don't like people. It's like dogs. Sometimes dogs just don't like my cousin. There's yet to be a dog that likes him. I don't know why. You know, it's like it's just. It's not like he's a bad guy. It's just dogs don't like him. Well, me, it's horses. Cows, no problem. It's more the smell. Pigs, as long as there's not too many of them, you can get away with it. But you won't have any friends if you're working on a pig farm, because they will know you're coming 5 miles away. You're just going to smell so bad. You just cannot get that smell off you. Goat chicken is bad because it's slimy, but it's not as potent. It's potent. Don't get me wrong. It's potent, but it's not as potent. But I do have hip waders. It's literally the next town over. 2 to 3 days a week. It sounds like an older couple that has a farm they can't quite take care of, and I guess they're just looking for a farm hand, whatever. So I'll talk to them, see what they're offering. I don't know how much, the whole details yet. She didn't quite have it, the whole structure out, so he'd call me back. But anyway, so pretty much YouTube career pretty much ended on the 12th, and now on the 13th, Friday the 13th. I'm going to guess my next job is going to be on a farm again. The only farms I've ever worked on were hay farms and asparagus farms. And then, raising raising chickens and turkeys and pigs here. That's the only stuff I've ever really... And once in a while on, a cattle farm or, just, moving the hay around. Basically, mostly with hay. I really was glad it wasn't haying. It's just like, that's miserable. It's so miserable. But most farm work is pretty miserable. But it's easy if you know how to pace yourself, especially if it's just cleaning out the pens and stuff like that. It might be only a couple hours a week. That's okay too, because if it was like 3 or 4 hours a week, it's enough to make a little bit of cash, that you have something coming in, but also keeps your options open so you can find other things. So I'll see how this works out. I'll keep you guys updated, but I'm pretty stoked. It sounded pretty positive. It sounds like one of those things that's going to be a bit squirrely. Like, okay, this week it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Next week it's Monday, Thursday, and Friday because they have guests or something like that. So it could be stuff like that. That's how these old farmhouses tend to work. It's never a set schedule. It's kind of... the question is do they want me at 4:30 in the morning, or do they, 2 in the afternoon till 6 is fine, whatever, I don't know yet. But I just thought there's a little bit of hope on the horizon here, so it's a start. I don't need to make a lot of money. I just need something close and consistent. So if this is one of those things... now, one thing I've learned about working for old people is old people, I don't know how old these people are, I'll know when I meet them, but if they're old enough that they can't quite do the chores the same anymore, then, you might have only a couple of years of work. I'm not saying anything bad here, but you know what I mean, like it's, once you get up there. Okay, I cheated last night, I had 1 Mountain Dew for a reason, but other than that, 7 days, no Pepsi. Not bad, right? So, I'm hoping he's going to call back very soon. And I'm going to go do a little bit of work on the boat. But that'd be good, 2-3 days a week. I could still work on that thing. There might be hope for the channel yet. Again, but maybe the channel gets taken down before you get to see this video. But you'll see it on the Professional Canadian Beaver Walker channel anyway. I'm going to start diverting a lot of stuff to there because I think it's just safer. And, you know, it's going to be weird working for somebody else after 10 years of being self-employed. It really is. But technically, it is kind of more like, think of like contract work. So technically, I'm kind of still self-employed, but kind of not. But it's not a done deal yet, but it sounded very good. They said they had somebody for 1 day. So there's only two reasons why you work on a farm for 1 day. A, you can't handle the work. B, you can't handle the people. So if the people are good, the work's nothing. It's work, you know. So they probably got like some teenager or something like that, you know, and that's the problem. They always go with like people that are too young. Like you'll find a lot of farmhands now are middle-aged people and stuff like that they're not afraid to work. Not that I'm middle-aged, but just about. Well, technically, I guess you could say I'm middle-aged. I'm in my 40s, so. Yeah, that's where we're up. That's the update. So my next job, who knows what the next job after that'll be. So it looks like I've basically turned 21 years old again. It's like, okay, so I'm going to have a different job every 6 weeks or whatever. But if this is a good gig and I can count on it every, like 2 days a week, I'm happy with that. That could be just enough. It depends what they pay. If they want to pay like $4 an hour, you know, that's the other problem with the older people is when you say, you know, I will go as low as 10 an hour if it's the next town over. But if it's like 4 towns over, then it's like, okay, well, there's a fuel cost. I told him, I said, one of the things is I told him about the sport bike. So if it's down if it's the road I'm thinking of, I can't, you know, like it's just, I can't go down there with the sport bike and expect to live the tail to tail. You know, at best, I'll only just ruin my engine on the sport bike, sucking in all the dust. Most likely, I'll end up in a ditch just from because there's like divots of soft sand. So you know that front tire, even at 5 miles an hour, digs in. You're off the road, right? Sport bikes are just not meant for off road. But if it's weekdays, I mean, I might do the odd weekend. I don't care if it's 2 days a week. I really don't care what day. As long as there's nothing going on the weekend, I could probably be pretty flexible with it. So I'm hoping that 2 days, 3 days a week, that's enough for them. And then maybe the way they do it is, okay, we spread it out so that's like not every day, but every second or third day that you do it. These type of things that maybe it's only a couple hours a day. I don't know. You know, is it? But if I got somebody coming to get me, I'm not paying the fuel cost. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they'll say, well, okay, yeah, but I'll pay you this much, but because I got to come and get you, I'm gonna, you know, do this. Okay, if I still work out 4 or 5 hours a day, a lot of times these things could be like 2 or 3 hours a day. I mean, it depends. Like if it's a little tiny goat pen the size of in here, that's not even an hour's work. You know what I mean? Like I'll be done that in half an hour. You know, that's taking my time, taking it so clean that you could probably off the floor. Not that I would recommend it because you might get some sort of a disease because there was poop on there. But I will clean it that well. Why? Because that's how I did it here. And then of course you feed the chickens, you feed the whatever. And it sounds like a little small micro farms. You know, goats are you got to watch out for goats though. Goats can be a real, you know, you get one rams you in the freaking hip there. I've had that happen a couple of times. Not so fun. You'll love them until they do that to you. It's the little billy goats, eh? They always want to fight. But if it's a big one there, you know, it's like getting a hold of them, wrangling them, putting them out into the post. It's just getting him out to the post so he doesn't kill you. You got to really manhandle those things. The female goats are fine, but the male goats, yeah, they can be a real pain in the ass, especially when they're in the rut. And there's nothing that smells worse than a billy goat in the rut. But is what it is. If they have little sheeps or whatever, I'm kind of curious to see what they got. So hopefully it's like a little hobby farm. If it's a couple of hours a day, that's fine. That's fine. If it's an 8-hour day, 3 8-hour days, that's even, you know, that's good too. But it's something. It's something. So we'll see where we start with that. It'll be a little extra cash. Maybe not enough to float the system that I got going here. I pay for everything, but if it's consistent, a lot of times you start there, next thing you know, well, you know, Reg, if you want a couple of days more, that guy's, you know, he needs like full time. But if you want to put in a day or two there, day or two here. As soon as you work for one person, then everybody knows that you're available for work, and then that's usually how it goes. So I'm going to leave it at that. How am I going for time here? Oh, not too bad. But anyway, so this is going to be my first possible, if I get this job, it'll be my first job working for somebody else in over 4 years. That's going to be weird. Yeah, so got to be on my best behavior, follow orders, and yeah. There we go. So that's not too bad. Not too bad. We'll see where it goes. And I'll fill you in with the rest. Because you never know. Maybe I won't get it. You know, like I say, if the other guy only lasted a day, there's only one reason or two reasons that people don't last. And there's some people that are just really difficult to work for. If they're really difficult to work for, then no. But if they're not bad to work for, but if they're going to sit there and watch you and nitpick everything you do, then nah, you know, I won't do that. It's like maybe for the first couple of days I'll do that. But by the second week, okay, some trust here. You know, I'll get the job done. Don't worry about it. So you got to know how to work with people too. But anyway, yeah, I'll do that, and we'll see where I'm at. And yeah, there we go. Working with goats and chickens. We'll see. Get my hip waders.